Good morning, people. Good day, good afternoon, wherever you are. Tuning in, walk in, ride in. Bring everybody in, including your mama, your papa, and everybody else. And come into the live so we could discuss more than one thing that you see in the title there. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day and a peaceful day and all of that come with your life. Working hard, looking after your family and all. I wanted to say big up everyone and big up yourself and make sure that you subscribe to the channel and punch up the like button and punch up the subscription button. Roll in, walk in, bring your mama, your papa, your brother, and your sister, except the children, 19 and over. Conversation. Okie doke. You understand? So all of that. Okay. Okay, guys, so like I said, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever time you're clocking in, whenever time you reach out to this video or find this video or this content, so to speak. Big up yourself. Thank you for tuning in whenever you do. I'm just going to drop this content because when you're working on your watch time, you have to drop kind of content that is 40 minutes and over instead of 10 and 15 minutes and mix up all of those things. As you see the content, as you see what's the content and the title, roll on in, come on in, and let we discuss this conversation, building up our watch time and stuff like that, so I could come and talk to you guys more often. Big up yourself. Again, I couldn't come on to you guys yesterday to come and do a topic because by the time I came from work and stuff and head over the other place, I was busy, dead tired and stuff like that. I have some time in my hands, so I said I'm going to drop a content. So as you can see that the content, you have, we want to talk about Shauna Chin. We also want to talk about politics. We want to talk about many other things of aspect of life, what's happening right now. Like I said, so tune into the content, share the content if you can, share to your mama, your papa, your brother, and your sister, except the children. And not only that, ride in, roll in, drive in, hop in, skip in, everybody roll in, and let's talk about this conversation, so to speak, and this content that we want to deliver right now, right here. At the end of the day, like I said, we have one life to live. Make sure that you protect yourself. Make sure you look after yourself first, because if you're not okay, nobody else can be okay. We also know that mental illness is plaguing the Black community in a whole deal and an ordeal. And at times we don't have these kind of conversation. So now we're having these kind of conversation. Whenever you run into this video, whenever you slip in at this video, whenever you buck up into this video or this content, just remember, if you're suffering from mental illness, you're not alone. And just remember, it's best that you, the first step of knowing and the first step of surviving that and the first step of acknowledging that is when you acknowledge that you suffer from that. Not only that as well, we know that a lot, again, when it comes to the Black community, we really don't have a shoulder to cry on. We really don't have people to talk to. So if you have someone that's going through that, just lend them a shoulder to cry on and talk and to discuss what's going on within them, because maybe a small conversation can change them from jumping, can change them from doing any harm or bodily harm to you or bodily harm to themselves or their children. Like I said, so we want to discuss all of that as well. We know that food prices are on the rising. We know that in many other countries, we cannot coupon shopping, but there's many other ways where you can actually minimize some of your shopping. You can start going to the farms and buy your local farm. Some of the produce them are more fresher, and at times you don't pay any taxes. Sometimes a farm is long ways, but sometimes it's best to go to your local farm and pick up your apples and all of those good stuff that the farm sell, that you would have, that the grocery store, that go to their farm or have their own farm, or go to other farm and buy those things and bring them to the grocery store and sell them for arm and a leg. You know, nowadays days, especially these convenience store and these gas stations and all of these places that are selling chips and all of those things, you know, those box of chips that I would buy with 40 in a box, in a pack, you know, nowadays days they're taking those box of 40 that they buy from Costco and sell them single-handedly and sell out one bag of chips for $4 when you could get 40 in a pack at times for like $15 at times. So we're gonna be mindful how we shop. We realize that nowadays days we go to grocery stores. There's many different grocery stores out there, but we know that they have different prices and different quality as they claim. So we have to shop smart. You have a lot of use as well, like to visit the grocery store every time you're gonna go make something. No, it's better you buy all the things that you need in your stock, in your house for the weekend, 2 weeks. You save money that way. Also, where I am, you also could price match. So if you're in Walmart and you have a no frills fryer on your phone, you can download the app. You also can price match. If there's a pineapple, whatever items you see in Freshco or in No Frills or those kind of stores, and Walmart has it, you could pick up those items, show them the No Frills or the Freshco price, and then you can match that. You also have grocery store nowadays days that are collecting points that you can redeem your points towards your grocery and stuff like that, and all of those good things. So buy what you need, because a lot of time we shop, buy all kind of things, and when you really check it out, most of those things spoil and rotten in our fridge. So do diligent duties of shop smart, eat healthy, because remember, healthy is wealthy. Yeah, it don't matter how much money you have. If you have no health, you have no riches, right? So just make sure at the end of the day, start with all of that to minimize. If you have a phone bill, you can revisit your phone bill, revisit your plan. You can lower your plan if you know that you're not needing some of those data, some of those plans that you have on your phone, because most likely hardworking people, most likely depends on the job they have. They maybe have a work phone. Not only that, they have Wi-Fi at work, and not only that, they have Wi-Fi at home. So all of those things you can minimize on your phone, your personal phone, and minimize your phone bill as well. Also, your cable, you can minimize your cable. You can also make the cable company try to match other competitors that are out there that come to your door and introduce cable and stuff like that to you. Or if you feel like you don't need cable like everybody else, I still have cable and all of those things because of my family. But like I said, if you don't need cable, then you can end up with Netflix, and you can end up with all of these boxes and stuff like that, that you could minimize all of those payments that you're paying out, and you could put all of those extra money in savings, in a tax-free savings account, in your children account, in your RRSP, in a RESP, and save for the rainy day. Yeah, so let's go with the content. So we basically want to start with, like I said, Susan Smith. Susan Smith basically was convicted nearly 30 years ago for drowning her 2 sons by rolling her car into the South Carolina lake, while be eligible for parole next month despite facing disciplinarily charges just weeks before her hearing. This lady drowned off her children and told the whole world that it was a black man that did it. Look up that story. Not only that, Smith is 53 years old, serving life sentence after a jury chose not to sentence her to death during her 1995 murder trial under the law at that time. She can request release after serving 30 years in prison. So she has served 30 years in prison. Smith hearing is rescheduled for November 20th at the State Department of Probation, Parole, and Pardon Service said Monday. Okay? So she's up for parole, guys. She's really up for parole. And this is what Smith looks like now. Smith looks like this now than before, how she looks in that picture that I showed you guys. Yes, she drawn off her 2 kids and blame it on somebody else. And all of that, she had all kind of privilege that she broke in jail, and all of these kind of rules that she broke and stuff like that. So right now she's facing some kind of problem now, and her parole is basically postponed until November as well. When she drowned her children, this is what she looked like then, and I'll show you what she looked after. Okay, guys? So that's what happened there. So I had to come and mention that, because when you really think about it, people are so cruel, and you have people nowadays days are still using that tactics that they kill off their family, kill their loved ones, and then blame it on the black community as well. There was a story here where a teacher went to Jamaica, slash his wife neck, and end up blaming on a black guy that he was hijacked. And goodly thing, there was a taxi man passing. Look up that story. A taxi man was passing, brought that lady to the hospital, and the hospital told the police, no, 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 it wasn't a black guy, it was my husband from Canada, tried to kill me. They released him from Jamaica jail. He came to Canada, he never had no charges. So we gotta be mindful nowadays days what's going on in the world. A lot of time people believe that, you know, black folks are savage and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, sometimes some of these crimes that are happening out here, sometimes it's not the black communities doing these crimes, sometimes it's other people, and we're out here to be blamed. So I'm gonna give you guys the rundown of Susan Smith, Susan Smith situation, and then you guys could hear it for yourself. I really don't want to read it and stuff like that. I just want to I'm gonna look back, and I'm gonna give you the look back of the story of the convicted murderer who ran her children in the Carolina water and killed her first child and blame it on a black person. So let's get into the story, so to speak. Okay.
What's up, Ontario?
1 second. So let's get into this story quick and fast, and then we can discuss some other things and some other content that we want to discuss right here, right now. Okay, so let's get into it.
911 dispatcher in Union County.
These are her children, and she jumped out of the car, and he took the car with the children, and he's headed toward Chester.
Some guy jumped into a red light with her car with her 2 kids in it.
Susan Smith says she'd been driving in her car in the town of Union with her 2 boys. At an intersection on Highway 49, she claims a black man with a gun jumped into her car. Several miles down the road, she says, the carjacker ordered her out and got away with her 2 sons, 3-year-old Michael and Alex, just 14 months.
And he said, I want my mama. He said, Mama, where you going? And I told him, I said, baby, I gotta go, but you're gonna be okay. And I told him I loved him. I hollered I loved him. And then, you know, the guy slammed the door, and he took off, and I just felt like such a failure.
Susan Smith first goes to this home, the home where the 911 call was made, Rick and Shirley McLeod.
I've never seen anybody so hysterical, so out of control, so in anguish. I mean, she could barely talk. She could barely hold her body up, and I literally had to hold her in my living room and guide her through what she was really trying to tell me to, you know, that took place. So
The next day, the search begins for the alleged suspect and the boys. Police put out a description of the man, and for the burgundy protege he's said to be driving. Less than 24 hours after the reported abduction, the search goes nationwide. Sheriff Howard Wells coordinates the effort.
With daylight, hopefully we're going to find this vehicle today. We hope, we pray, but we're still waiting.
It's the dawn of a new day in Union, South Carolina, and still no sight of 2 little boys reportedly ripped away from their mother during a carjacking. It happened 2 days ago. Late last night, David Smith, the children's father, pleaded for help.
If you see anything suspicious, if you see a vehicle you think is the one that we're looking for, please notify any form of law enforcement agency and let them know.
Sheriff's Office, Jeff Lawson.
That plea has been answered. Hundreds of phone calls are flooding into the police in Union, some as far away as California and Maine.
We've had sightings of the vehicle. We've had sightings supposedly of the children. We've had sightings of the vehicle and the children. We've had sightings that still put them together. We've had sightings that did not. It's just a common.
So we don't want to get into the story anymore. We just want to kiss our teeth literally and pass. Next. So you hear it for yourself. So I never came here with no propaganda. I never came here in my feelings. I never came here with hearsay. I came with the real deal. Did you hear? That lady killed off her children and blamed it on a black guy, that the black guy hijacked her in the middle of the traffic now. So if you didn't know about that story, here you go with that story right here on this page right now, on your time, on your watch, whenever you ran and ran into this video. Wadam. Do you understand? So if you never heard about the story, please do your research. It's best to do your research. At times, yeah, I could come and give you a piece of the story. But if you want to know all of the story, Well, go and do your research. I gave you the introduction of the story, so now it's for you to find the body of the story and the conclusion. And the conclusion is she did her 30 years in jail and she's up for parole, but because of her privileged self, she got in trouble again. So the parole is postponed until November 20th, folks. So I just came to give you guys a rundown of that story. If you guys haven't heard about the Susan Smith story where she blamed it on a black guy, and if it wasn't good investigation, a black man would have ended up in jail, killing off 2 innocent children by so-called carjacking them in the middle of the street when there was nothing like that go so. Did you hear me, folks? So anyways, we're gonna kiss our teeth and pass literally and move from that topic and find ourselves all the way in Florida on sex trafficking little children, where one of Disney employee was alleged caught up in this whole shabash. Not only that, a lot of the ones that were caught up in this kind of sex trafficking were illegal, so to speak. So let's get all the way to Florida.
The reason we issue to this wonderful team of folks, they, along with others, are the reason we had a remarkably successful operation called Autumn Sweep. We were joined by One More Child, Heartland for Children, DCF, Lake Wells Police, Davenport Police, Clearmont Police, Auburndale Police, St. Cloud Police, Winter Haven Fire Rescue, Lakeland Police, Haines City Police, Winter Haven Police, Haines City Police, Marion County Sheriff's Office, Lake County Sheriff's Office, Tampa Police, and the State Attorney's Office. Now, also speaking today will be Captain Ty Thompson from Lakeland, Chief Parker from Davenport, Chief Velasquez from Lake Wells, Joni Domain from One More Child, Katie Ann Parchment from Heartland for Children. I'm going to give a brief overview of what occurred, and then we're going to focus on a couple of topics. Understand that there are live victims that we're trying to rescue every day, and then we culminate with an operation such as this with our partners. And the only reason we can be successful is because of the number of partners that we have. This operation began on October 2nd, and it only lasted 5 days because of the hurricane, so we had to cut it off early, and despite that, we made 157 arrests, 47 prostitutes, 96 johns, and 14 for a variety of other charges. We arrested one for human trafficking. Usually it's remarkably difficult to find the human trafficker, but we did this time. We also rescued 4 potential victims of human trafficking that admitted it up front.
Type of information you have to rule out everything.
That are here today will follow up with all of these people, because after creating a relationship and partnership, usually they identify others who, once they become accustomed to the NGOs and see that they're there to help them, may also be noticed. But we are excited that we were able to rescue 4 potential victims of human trafficking. Now, this is such a popular thing in Florida. You know, you come to Florida on vacation. A lot of people want to leave on probation, and this time was was not different than any other time. People came from 9 other states in order to be arrested in Polk County, Florida. I take that as a great compliment. They were from California, New York, Nevada, Pennsylvania, North Carolina.
And those are the sex traffickers that got locked up. Here where they're from, so many places that they're from, and they get locked up in this sting operation of trafficking young children and others.
Kentucky, Wisconsin, Georgia, Arizona.
Here they.
One came to us all the way from the UK.
Here they.
So I don't know how our jails and lockups compare to the UK, but we have a subject matter expert now. 26 of those were married. The youngest John we arrested was 15. The oldest one was 61. We added 35 new felony charges and 201 misdemeanor charges as a result of this operation. What's interesting is that there were 327 prior felony charges that had been filed against these people. So we weren't.
Do you hear that shit? Did you guys hear that just now, people? I have to drop Ninja Man in this one. Seriously?
Something all right? Something all right there?
Oh my. Seriously, people?
With a lot of people who just stumbled in by mistake. And there were 455 prior misdemeanor charges filed against these people. Now, these that we arrested, some of the charges included 2 counts of homicide, that are 2 people charged with homicide. Apparently those were not crossed in the process. Vehicle homicide,
Wow.
kidnapping, robbery, and then a sundry of other charges. So there were some very bad people that we arrested. Now, for just a moment, I want to focus on what I think is a huge concern, and that huge concern.
Listen to this part, guys.
Is those that came here illegally.
Do you hear this?
So I'm going to roll out a couple of things for you. First, I want you to see this chart. 25 illegal immigrants were arrested in this operation.
Did you guys hear that, folks? Did you hear that? How many illegals? Did you hear that? So we're going to shout out? What are we going to shout out, people? This is crazy to me. Ain't people? This is insane.
All right there?
Huh?
Something all right? Something all right there?
Wow. Anyways.
Colombia, Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico.
Hear where they're from?
16% of these total arrests were people who should not even have been in this country.
Wow.
But they were here. And they were here because we have a federal government that enabled these criminals to come into the country and then treated them very well after the criminals came here illegally. So let me share a story with you, and then I'm going to read a quote for you, and then let you see a video. The prostitutes that came...
Could you imagine? So you guys hear that for you guys self, folks. Do you hear it for yourself? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? So from there, you all, from there, I am going to go actually to politics, and I'm going to give you guys some music in the background. I won't leave you guys hanging, actually. And I'm going to come back with that actually content and so to speak. And then we're going to talk about some other things that we really want to talk about, right? In other words, so let's go. Okay, and now we're going to go all the way to Jamaica, to Jamaican politics, Jamaican concern, right here.
The Heroes Day. You are seeing
Heroes Day.
Period. The Heritage Week, the Heroes Day. You are seeing a basis on which we can literally make a comparison, or to say there's an argument here. Against the point that you're making. That's a PSOJ. This is what I hear you saying.
Let me just make it clear. Let me make it clear that I am not in support in any way or form of the amalgamation of the holidays. If we're going to do that and lose significance of Emancipation Day, then Heroes Day becomes irrelevant. Because we have Emancipation because of at least four of the 7 national heroes. It's 4. We have Emancipation Day because of them. And so if we lose Emancipation Day, then how then does it become relevant? you look at it, because independence becomes the only relevant day at that point. And so we run the risk of going back to 1962 when Emancipation Day was shelved and Independence Day became the only holiday that was celebrated. There is no, I don't see any argument that should really support the amalgamation. Productivity being lost is not going to stop the holidays. We need to correct this issue of sitting in government offices and sitting in maps for the whole day.
And that's a point. I think that's a very good point that allows that, because here's the thing, and the point you raise is brilliant, because with the convergence of the digital technologies, with the work from home and the work from overseas, a global workspace then, the idea that there's no productivity unless you go in really doesn't even hold water, does it?
It doesn't. In fact, we find that you're overproductive when you work from home. I wish your colleagues would told me that when they work from home, they did so much work they lost sleep.
So we're going to stop it right there. So if that's your concern, then you can leave it in the comment section. Punch up the comment section, make we discuss these topics like we discuss your concern. If you're on the same bandwagon of these kind of these two ladies, what they say about Jamaica and the heritage, then you can discuss that in the comment section. We're here to disagree and agree. Rightfully, and everybody have their right and their humble opinion. So let's discuss that topic once and for all. We're gonna head also again. We're gonna move from Jamaica politics or heritage situation, and we're gonna end up to India politics against Canadian politics again. Because like I said to you, when it comes to India and Canada, politician had to step down and stuff like that. And there's a murder that was committed against important Zeke and all of these things. We have to think about our basmati rice. We have to think about other things that you use that may come from India, and we're going to get into that. So I'm going to give you guys another break again, and I'm going to get to that content, so to speak.
India is now characterized by mistrust. That's according to India's High Commissioner. The relationship between Canada and India is now characterized by mistrust. That's according to India's High Commissioner to Canada, who has been expelled from the country. He's pushing back against allegations by the RCMP and the federal government of his involvement in serious criminal activity. CTV's Jeremy Sharon starts us off.
In a stunning exclusive interview before being expelled from the country, India's top diplomat denies serious allegations of criminal activity, including any involvement in the murder of a top Sikh leader in BC last year.
You yourself are a person of interest in the murder of Hardeep Ninjar. Did you have anything to do with his murder?
Nothing at all. No evidence presented. Politically motivated. Indian High Commissioner Sanjay Kumar Verma told CTV's question period with Vashi Kapelos his government has never been involved in the targeting of individuals with the end goal of their death.
Let me put to you what Minister Sohi said. The decision to expel these individuals was made with great consideration and only after the RCMP gathered ample, clear, and concrete evidence which identified 6 individuals as persons of interest in the Ninjar case, one of whom is you.
Which Vashi was never shared. Let me see what the concrete evidence she's talking about. As far as I'm concerned, she's talking politically. As far as I'm concerned, she has got nothing in her hand. Canada expelled 6 diplomats,
it's your quote today.
Burma, after the RCMP and the federal government accused them of engaging in serious criminal activity, including homicides and extortions, and targeting members of the Khalistan movement, which India opposes. Burma insists Canada hasn't presented any proof of its claims. Unfortunately, not a shred of evidence has been shared with us. The RCMP says its deputy commissioner made attempts earlier this month to meet with his Indian counterpart to present that evidence, but had no success.
The evidence that the RCMP has collected has already been subjected to a level of review by the Crown Prosecutor. You can't lay charges with no evidence.
Canada's most recent High Commissioner to India says Canadian officials have tried to share information several times in the last year.
There's no doubt in my mind that we have shared more than sufficient information and evidence with the Indian side up to now at every level of the Canadian government and the Indian government.
India's High Commissioner also accused Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of destroying the bilateral relationship between the two countries, but insisted trade ties won't be affected. Heather?
Thank you.
So you guys hear that for yourself. So if this is going on, people, and there's a murder is going on, investigation is going on, and all of those things, then the world is in trouble. Because remember, stuff that are exported to Canada from India are gems, jewelry, precious stone, pharmaceutical products, ready-made garments, mechanical appliances, organic chemicals, light engineering goods, iron, steel, and all of those kind of things, right? So if you really think, and then the demand, the demand again, the high demand from India also, the high demand from India also, right? Again, like I said, is towels and clothes and stuff like that. And most of these used clothing that you don't want, that you that the thrift shop them don't want, end up end up into India and end up in your carpets and all of those kind of things. And also let's talk about the food again. Remember, there's pulses, fresh fruits, juices, and all of those kind of things like teas and herbal products and all of those kind of things. You know, you have your rice and stuff like that. So all of those kind of things, people, if there's these things that are happening right now, right? If those things are happening right now, then we're going to have a problem. Not only that, when it comes to nurses, majority of these nurses nowadays days are from India. When it comes to physicians and dentists, also from India. When it comes to accountants, also from India. It's 95,500 nurses from India that works in Canada. It's 274,000 physicians and dentists from India work in Canada. 56,000 accountants. Right? And engineers as well, people. So we got to be mindful. So if these things are happening right now, then what do you think is going to happen? What you think is going to happen, folks? What do you think is going to happen? What's going to happen is the fact that if this problem continues to persist, then therefore, the world is going to be in trouble. Okay? So let's get to actually black people and their finest. Let's get to black people and their finest. As always, when the black race comes in at their finest at time and be barbaric and savage. All the way in the church we go. Let's get to black people and their finest topics. So like I said, let's get to black people and their finest topic. This all the way in church, in godly church. This is all the way in church where a patron or a churchgoer refused to give offering and there was a big fight. I'm sure you guys heard that video and see that video, and I'm disturbed and troubled, especially that the lady is a senior. Could you imagine, people? Could you imagine? Can you imagine? Could you imagine? Wow. Wow.
Take her home. Let's go home now, please. Nobody not left ya. What do you mean nobody not leaving here? What do you mean nobody not leaving here? Now look, yeah, we're gonna leave you in here then.
Oh, wow. Could you imagine, people? That was a senior. As you can see, it's if the pastor, the man was really there aggressive. If you really think, although the lady was shouting and stuff, why did you even brush up on her? Why didn't you not give her bodily space? You understand what I'm saying? Over offering, over money. So what do we always say? Money is the root of evil, especially when it comes to the black race. And black people's always at their finest with their behavior. So let's get to more black people and their finest. One more time, more other things that we want to talk about. Quick and fast. Okay? Let's get to Donia and Shauna Chin. As a woman, I'm disturbed and lost where enough of these big women goes around and around and around and think that is everything that they see fit they want to sleep with. Isn't this boy supposed to be way younger than Shauna Chin, if I'm not mistaken? I'm not here to bash anyone, I'm just asking. And doesn't Shauna Chin have a son? And he's looking to see, and every time you look, it's about a man. Last time Italian came crying, Shauna Chin beat him when he was a young guy. These big women who bleach out, do body, do breast, have these kind of man issues still? Let's get into it. I'll be disturbed and shame when a man can come and disgrace me like this. In a them time, yeah, where them girls say them nice, them a sell bleaching cream, body turn up, breast turn up, and they still have these kind of issues. Really?
Hey, girl, love you out here.
Let me pause this for a second. And people, a intro brought you by Shakalicious. Did you guys know that Shak has gummies? Peach, berry, punch, orange. What is your favorite snack? Let's snack. I was eating this one, so I decided to show you guys this one. I was shocked when I saw Shakalicious instead of gummy. Once in a while, you want a little sweet mouth. Once in a while, a little gummy. Look at these people. So support your black athletes. Shakalicious if you like basketball now. And then, girl loves some smart food, right to so. So while this is going, I'm going to go and munch. What is your favorite snack in this content? What is your favorite snack? My favorite snack right now is Shakalicious and smart food. Yeah, let's get into the rest of the content. Oh my.
Anytime you forget you and get it, in cut you. Bring it down and them listen. Me have people who can swear for me, Girl, you can never say, oh, this a dirty boy, I beg you on your pussy. You know a real story.
Oh my.
Italian, me have screenshot, I didn't want to show a screenshot them type of the them. I'm going up in my phone, go blood clot, pick up them, the text there. When it start over your talk to over this or not. Feminium, no call feminium. Me inform by myself. One thing with me go inform by myself. I'm not pussy, it was offered.
You're there.
Only people
Right now it asks.
I'm a cocky pan, this and me there. I people move there, I'm a private stuff.
She never asked it was offered. Oh my.
I don't care who I use this for. Record article, me a post it, bro. You know, business.
Could you
And a
imagine?
blood clot half dead would me have a good one.
You're there.
Remember, say we full of options, so we picky. We not have to fuck a girl just because we have a whole heap of girls to fuck, so we not frightened of pussy. Oh, I'm telling you, I could have really fuck off a gully back.
You're there.
Could have really fuck off a lead you. Me just show you, say, you're a big artist.
1 minute, 1 minute. I had to intro. This is what the Shakalicious look like, Deba. Oh my. Yikes. Do you hear this? Oh my. Let me go you and my gummy. And brought to you by the good old Gatorade. Seriously. Good old Gatorade fruit punch. Oh my.
Yo, there's a waste, girl. Remember, you come and watch it good, sit down and wait for don't get such chillax, you know.
Wow.
A Westmoreland, me, you want your blood clot come make me laugh at you. Yeah, man. Hey, girl, what's up? I come out for my name, because I don't know. Me no blood clot, no. Let me make sure I play voice note back again next 6 years.
Oh my, I'll voice note.
Jaja. Pussy clot, waste girl like how you come. Don't call up my name, but boy, I have evidence of me a fuck. And me fuck Fabi to bumbo clot, man should have come kill me right, that's up. Right, yes, right now. Girl, one to you. People who know me.
Sorry, I'm eating. It's alleged that Shauna Chin&Donia was talking a little bit. And when Shauna Chin heard about the Fabi story, it's like a liquor trip. So that's why she told invest in Fabi and King Donia situation. Allegedly, don't mix me. I'm just a messenger. Please and thanks.
That's why I love out Fabi, brother, because I say I could have bust Fabi and make Fabi have a vibe on the internet. But he ain't no good time.
Kind of boy, them TikTokers. And my girl, I run them down. A lot of these black women not looking for the future. They're looking for now moment. If you're looking at nice man and you want to settle down, you want to pick up a TikToker, because TikToker could be erased anytime. You look for a man who's in a trade, where you know, say every time he's always working. And all of those good things. And after you look, because you're looking up moving, not a TikTok star. Because nowadays there's these TikToker people are in jeopardy. See, there's the other one, they almost killed one the other day. See, one killed his therapist, and now the world dog situation and the way you guys carry on the TikTok, as you guys can see. Cussing on the depend by making money. And people are paying for that savageness. So when you really think about it, thank God I don't have a TikTok. Not giving you guys my money, I mean, I'll come over there, come beg. Seriously. Could you imagine? Anyhow, let's continue.
None at all. So it's like, I just want to say, brother, you have to be very too, because I have feelings. Come on, bro. Me I talk to you, but at least...
Eat my recipe food. I got some shrimp and some jerk chicken stuff and some jerk fried chicken. But it's hot.
Remember, delete my message, because you see my message, and you see me. So I just delete my message. You're not communicate with me.
You're there.
None at all. So it's like, I just want to say, brother, you have to be very too, because I have feelings. Come on, bro. Me I talk to you, but at least text me what I say, you.
So apparently, Shauna Chin joined all the way to Ochi and King Donia, basically style her, allegedly. Let's hear from Shauna Chin, quick and fast. It's two sides of the story, and we have to hear from the woman too, don't?
Drive down. Me, you said, take bus, come to the bumper. Come say, hello, Ray, about good would me I come to. Me collaborate what you say. When you say your wood good, me say my put good. And that me say, Batty man, how the fuck do you? You want to act like say nobody, go some mother again. Batty man, if you, eh? You come to a boss and me come and watch you come and watch you come to what? We went to Shensia party. I get my pass them myself. When I went to Ocherias, Romy said me to come down. And one time I did, Romy said me if you go come and watch it early, me go get one black room down and watch it. Me book my room and my Airbnb things then. Me going to my blood Airbnb.
I want to interject. So how come Ramesh can always be in the ABC group? Because Shauna Chin did come out in the past with some girlfriend humping up the girl and stuff on live. Said she was in love with a woman. She swing both ways. Don't care what you guys do, that's a phone lifestyle, I'm just saying. because it was on the net, and from the internet I have the right to talk about it. And then now he's up in Rebel and Rebel the swing one way one time. Well, she claims that she like girl and stuff like that. But how come it wasn't okay for ravers, one of the ravers guy whose body was doing some kind of body play and some kind of picture or video, why he couldn't stay in the group since the manager of Ding Dong, the ravers, is okay with these ABC people? Just asking. It's just a question, right? Let's discuss it in the comment section. Please and thanks.
You want it up? I'm going on my Airbnb messages them and I have the date too. Man, since you want to act like you're hot. When me I left to go Mobby to go check for my business. Me remember me and Cardi Lee that they will go KFC go buy food. We say alright, the next day the whole of we got Shensi a party. Me there all the way around the backstage. You send people to come call me. Not even you send come call me. A Candy send one girl to come call me when I waitress them. You see it?
Well, not the waitress, bottle girls.
Even Cardi Lee say it, you know. But then, I call the girl.
Waitress is for restaurant, bottle girls is for club and dance. Oh my.
Wanna send come call me because I'm the backstage. Wanna send come call me, I'm gonna come meet up with you in at the ending of the show, Shensia show. Because the whole time we did the backstage. Yeah, play one block vice door, I'm gonna play the whole of fear them but Italian just come out from my phone a while ago. Italian called me. When I'm going to play vice door, put me your vice in there. One vice note. I put on my vice note. Wait, no, my girl. Wait. I put you on speaker.
I think it's because some of them big man front too jumpy like frog. That's why these kind of situations always happen. Big man like this not even supposed to be on here arguing with even Donia. A TikToker. When TikToker can shut down anytime, where they gonna find job? If they're not working now, they're not finding no other job. So what am I gonna do? Scam? So these kind of men, you shouldn't even be arguing, wrapping up with. You're supposed to be able to look so somebody to settle down. Even somebody in the music industry know want to fly on a tour and all of them Monday. Right? TikToker. Not saying there's nothing wrong, but I'm just saying if you're looking for longevity and you're looking for all of those things where these look woman run down, man for mind and man for do all of these kind of things, then at the end of the day you only be looking for a TikToker because that app could be deleted anytime. And she's old enough and she's in her, you mean I say this woman likes so much young boy and they know when it is young boy are not featuring them. They're just gonna use them and dash them aside and come discuss all them underneath big and them this and that and all of these. No respect for these black women. So why every time? Why all of these things? So let me just kiss my teeth and pass. Literally.
When tell the boy say if you come and nigga come look for him. Him say a good player come and nigga find now. And me say to him say a good player come back town for.
You're there.
Me collaborate with him say the boy you gonna say Ray and Tay. You then you feel like say you're hot and you're nice. You think say everybody have your head full up like say you.
So now he becomes a batty boy when they're in Cascas, but yet still she was going for good hood and he was coming for good PUSSY. Oh my. Now you see why I tell you these things? Oh, continue, guys.
Everybody want you. No, but and you're big stinking and me tell you that bomb go like you're nice. You're nice. What is saying? Play along with the dirty stinking boy. Everybody wake up and say. Everybody wake up in a Ochi and come talk about people that Ochi wait for you. My girl, I know my business, me go look bad down a Mobby. Everybody call and someone is a fan for them still in a Ochi. Candy send me voice note too. I'm gonna play Candy voice note too. Can you want to go like you're a big bish? Like nobody want you. You're out of order. So it wasn't a personal thing like nobody else from fuck. Me I'm gonna play for you voice note them too. My girl, come on your, you have no other page. Me need my moderator them over here. Cause me need you to come talk cause you was there. Come send me some.
Domain.com is for the doers. And when you're ready to put your big idea on...
No, you start chillaxing up. A Westmoreland, me, you want your blood to come make me laugh and tell you, damn all, hey girl, go suck and come on for me name, because me no know, no. Me no blood, no. Let me make sure I play Vice Note back again next 6 years. Watch you me make yes girl like how you come. Don't call up my name, but boy, I have evidence of me. After you. People who know me know me. Me make Bossett call Fabi. That's why I love out Fabi, brother, because I say I could have post Fabi and make Fabi have a vibe on the internet. But he ain't no good dog.
I delete my message. Can you send my message? And you seen me. So I just delete my message. You not communicate with me. None at all. So it's like, I just saw my stay, brother. You have me for a night too, because I have feelings. Come on, bro. Me I talk to you. Could have at least text me. Please text me back and say, yo, my busy me. I listen to me. I delete my message. Can you send my message? And you seen me. So I just delete my message. You not communicate with me. None at all. So it's like, I just saw my stay, brother.
I mean, I don't with nobody when I have 100,000 pounds. 200,000 pounds, me have them.
At least text me back and say, yo, my busy me. I link you back in a minute. Or you can send me a voice note and say, yo, Ray, I'm busy, I get back to you. But it's like, you know, me, I text your phone now, and I make it look like a way, like, me, I text you down, and you see me, like, me, I start. You me, I got to delete my message.
Me see them, the girl,
and that's it. So it's not nothing to do with us. When I try to set up nobody with nothing or nothing at all. So, when you gonna say, them something that we know.
Oh, she got there away from me, you
I don't know where I'm from, but I'm just step behind.
Guys, I'm close. Go over there and listen to record. Don't come over. Fabi, next one, Fabi, no make I have nothing either here.
People no comment and me know anything about the situation. If a king doing a wrong and a Shauna wrong, you see it, and just comment and me know. This is our.
No lie, no matter how me look on you, and all that time, me not hear nothing where you say. Me be honest with you, good girl. Me not hear nothing at all where you say, because me just can't take you serious after how much me see you support Gully back. How much me see you support them out there. Me can't hear nothing where you say, man, nothing at all. No matter where you try on the internet, every time I look on you, I just Gully back image me see when you support it. Me not tell you like good girl. Me not hear nothing where you say. As God live, me not hear. Me just can't take you serious after Gully back. Me just can't take you serious. No matter how you say you look good, and this and that, I'm not careful or not me, you know. But me can't take you serious, Shauna Chin, as God live it. As God live it. It evidence here, the one piece I do here. It evident, mama, it evident. But just leg off of that. Leg off of that, mama. Me not say that, mama, me can't take you serious. And me I try to hear where I say I don't see image that a flashback in my head. Me not tell a lie, man. No, man. You look stomach strong. You look at stomach. Me not tell a lie. Me can't take you serious, mama. The kiss there. Me not tell a lie, good. What's so one kid that you have here run down, man, so. Most of them man are going to take you seriously.
Lady, you make 3 videos for me. You make 3 videos for me,
Imagine that. Could you imagine? Wow.
Shauna Chin, you should see my video and tell you about that stitch it. Come here want somebody you don't want to come for. You don't want to come for me. You don't want to come for me. Eh? Yak. You really want to come for me? Time and no boy can me stood up now where I am fish away pan them and they don't turn up. None. This a body and do. This a teeth and do. And no boy can try that. None. More wall in your house than we in your wall. Yeah? Me want somebody you don't want to come for. Because all you do your body 500 times, nobody don't want you. You know, so you have to run back a man like you train for Olympic. So that me want somebody you don't want to come for good girl. Because nobody don't want you. Nobody don't want you. Only somebody want you for who you is. I police. Nobody know want you. You did run back a man like you train for Olympic and Olympic just done. Try again the next 3-4 year time, girl. Nobody come for me, girl. Me I want somebody you don't want to come for. Look for me good. I can pull niggas looking like this. Can you? Pull them and then stay. Can you pull them and then stay with you? Because nobody don't want you, Shauna Chin. Nobody don't want you. Nobody at all. Nobody. So when you say a artist, you had this, you had that. Nobody know when you're Shauna Chin. Nobody not take it serious. In girl, you need to go dig up Gully Bap and go the back with him. Cause him alone why you. Nobody know why you. Girl, nobody come for me. Look how me look. Look how me look and me pull niggas. Can you? He make you try. Make you try it. He can harm you do your body and do your mouth, your teeth them. Cause remember, so your front teacher saying you chip off, you know. Remember, you know, girl. You can go on like you're smart. You want to that riff-raff, girl. You use nobody Shauna Chin. Careful you come at me. Me not even go hard on you yet.
My
Careful, yeah?
God.
Mash up Gully Bap head now down here around fire.
Where's the Jaden remix? Studio time now.
Shauna Chin in the system, nobody want to Gully Bap. Shauna Chin, if we just find out them to country boy away frightened over you, if you just go on mine, you see me? Because at the end of the day, I hope the female them are take note of the situation
they
we
are.
like one. So my time the choices that we are making a life come back, come biting your clad.
That's it.
Because look on that. And some I know they are already some like a kill this boy and still want me.
Corner boy,
Me not go mind
TikTokers.
after some boy. Me not go want wife no after some boy. You understand? That is the harsh reality.
Wow.
And then look how she have to find herself in a one compromising situation.
They say in real life, if you don't settle down by the age of 30, latest 40, you're going to be single for the rest of your life. Is that true? Discuss it in the comment section, please, and thanks.
Because our choices what you make, because nobody know how to take her serious in a relationship because how you put yourself through for funny. You understand? Yeah. Nobody know how to take her serious. So me say at least just open up on the eye. Open up on the eye.
You see that some of them call digital footprint. You see that some of them call digital footprint. For the last 2 weeks, me I telling about it. You see what you do, you can't rub off on internet here. What you do, can't rub.
So I dropped that one too early. So I want you guys to listen to this guy because like I said, whatever you do on the internet can't rub out. When you go out, you go send your body parts, your mouth, your all of this nastiness, your porn this, your that, those things are out there. People are watching, and your present will always become your past will always become your present. So listen to this from this guy, and then we're gonna jump off of the live. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys another time. Don't forget to punch up the like button, kick off the subscription button, and smash a comment in the comment section and make we rustle and discuss in the comment section by you guys walking in, writing in, and everybody, and pass the live and pass this content to your mother, your father, your brother, and your sister, long as they're over the age of 19. Yeah, you, yeah, me, yeah.
Rub off on the internet. You see how quick them draw back for that video there? Which you kiss such person? Where do can't rub out on the internet? Trust me, I'm tell you, say can't rub out. They might rest it for a little while, but somebody somewhere have the proof of what you did on the internet. You see the I am single challenge there? You see all of this there? You might not see it as nothing right now, but may I tell you, somebody out there have the proof. Digital footprint matters no matter what nobody want to tell you here. Young ladies out there, especially Uno, digital footprint matters. When now make a decision and you just do rationally, that's how we now get. Look for one reach such girl right now. There's a man of business now, one business, but look for him. Digital footprint is everything. Then draw for that video so fast, bro. So fast at the first video. And anytime she has somebody in the argument, they can pull it up and it's still to this day fresh. Because this is a you go and take a man out of gutter. You take the man out of gutter and say to bro, that will never rub out no matter where you want to. That will never. I miss one thing. Man, we go with them something, bro. But at the end of the day, it's hard to find somebody to second with. Because every single time I'm gonna realize, and man, I remember saying, you do that, it can't rub out. Digital footprint people, remember. You keep on. So, them something no matter how them things like that. And it is showing you that no matter where you do, it will come back to haunt you. That's all I'm telling you.
So that's what the TikTokers have to say about the whole situation.
So you hear that, folks? So just remember, it's only you guys, your opinion really matters, and that matters in the comment section. So big up you guys self. Thank you for sitting with me an hour to discuss all of these topics and stuff like that. I'll catch you guys with another awesome topic, another content, and another real life issues with Mix Up and Baga Baga end up within it, as so to speak. Okay, guys? Peace and love.